In Japan, ghosts are not mere stories, but a part of the culture, interlaced in some rituals and being passed as lessons of warning. Spirits here are not always bound to houses or graveyards. They may follow you, waiting. These are Yurei, the restless dead. Yurei are unlike Western ghosts. You've likely seen them before, pale, with hair covering their face, and dressed in white burial robes. These spirits linger in the world, often for revenge, sorrow, or love, and their stories still echo across Japan today. From ancient kabuki plays to modern horror movies, the influence of the Yurei is everywhere. But behind these performances are real places, real stories, some which continue to haunt Japan to this day. Yurei are born at the moment of death. If a person dies suddenly, through murder, betrayal, or despair, anger and sorrow anchor their spirit to this world. Without a proper farewell, their suffering carries over into the afterlife. You will know them by their appearance. White burial kimonos, the very garments used to wrap the dead. Their hair flows free, long and untied, as custom was forsaken. And most different of all, they have no feet. Yurei are bound to the sites of their death or the people who caused them pain. Wells, forests, and castles are common places for these spirits to linger. If you visit late at night, you might hear them. One of the most famous ghosts of Japan is Okiku, the spirit of Himeji Castle's well. Her story is one of betrayal, and even now, her voice is said to echo from the depths of the castle's old well. Okiku was a servant of a powerful samurai, entrusted with the care of 10 precious plates. One day, one went missing. Some say it was an accident. Others say her master framed her when she spurned his advances. Her punishment was pitiless, beating, binding, and throwing her down the well. But Okiku's spirit did not rest. At night, visitors claim to hear her counting. 1, 2, 3. But she never reaches 10. There are ghost stories in Japan that entertain, and then there are those that warn. Few hauntings are as feared or as tragic as the curse of Oiwa. Her story, Yotsuya Kaidan, is more than a kabuki play. It is a tale of betrayal, suffering, and a revenge so relentless that even actors performing it fear her wrath. Oiwa was the wife of Tamiya, a struggling samurai who dreamed of power and wealth. Though their love was once strong, ambition began to twist his heart. Tamiya's loyalty wavered, and soon Oiwa's fate would follow. Tamiya's path to fortune lay with another woman, one whose family held riches Oiwa could not provide. To remove his wife, Tamiya was given poison, but rather than kill her, it disfigured her face. Her skin melted, her eye drooped, and her beauty, her last defense, was taken from her. When Oiwa gazed into the mirror, she saw what Tamiya had done to her. Her grief twisted into hatred. She did not weep. She cursed. Before she could take revenge, Oiwa died, alone, humiliated and broken. But Oiwa's death was not the end. Her spirit rose, and she would never leave Tamiya in peace. Oiwa haunted Tamiya from the night she died. Her face appeared in lanterns, mirrors, even the reflections of passing strangers. Each time she whispered his name. He could not escape her. In his terror, Tamiya's vision blurred. One by one, those he loved fell by his own hand. Oiwa's spirit followed him across the country, leaving nothing behind but death and ruin. Even today, actors performing Yotsuya Kaidan offer prayers at Oiwa's grave before taking the stage. The curse, they say, reaches beyond Tamiya. It touches anyone who dishonors her story. To some, Oiwa is just a role in a play. To others, She is still watching from the wings. But Okiku and Oiwa are only two of the myriad spirits lingering all over Japan. Their stories remind us that some betrayals cannot be forgiven, and sorrow can stretch across centuries. But these are not the only spirits that haunt Japan. In temples, forests, and cities, other Yurei drift silently. From the snow-covered Yuki-onna to the cursed samurai Taira no Masakado, their stories linger just beneath the surface. The spirits of Japan are many, and their stories far from over.